From new beginnings in downtown Fort Wayne to some of Mother Nature's wild weather, here's a look back at the stories you voted 10 through 6 in 2009, coverage you counted on. Downtown became a buzz with the opening of Parkview Field in April, but that's not the only big downtown development that took place in 2009. Part of Calhoun Street became a two-way road, while the more than century-old Allen County Courthouse saw the beginning of a $1.2 million project to preserve the building.
Residential has been the most difficult thing to do.
The Harrison Square condos still remain to be a pile of dirt, while other options like apartments or offices have been explored. And almost a year after its projected start date, the downtown Courtyard by Marriott Hotel finally took shape physically.
This will be one of the most important things for downtown and Harrison Square because it is the revenue generator.
Downtown's developments weren't all good, however. In late August, we said goodbye to the Summit Club restaurant high atop the National City Bank building. After decades in business, the club closed, with owners blaming the economy. The ice storm that slammed the area in late 2008 heavily impacted the area in early 2009.
A lot of the twigs and small branches digging into our sewer system, so they're blocking the flow of water.
That clogged storm sewers around town, while several inches of rain in January made flooding a big concern. That same month, a cold snap hit with lows of negative 19 degrees.
It's just devastating.
In March, tornadoes danced around Whitley County, destroying several homes. And despite this erroneous sign, July was far from hot. In fact, it was one of the coolest on record.
It's a long journey. It's been a whirlwind. It's gone fast.
Fort Wayne native Rod Woodson received professional football's highest honor in August. That's when the longtime Pittsburgh Steeler was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
I think it was a blessing for me to grow up in a small town. I love Fort Wayne, a great place to grow up. You know, and I think it kept me rooted in reality.
The Snyder and Purdue alum was also honored in a ceremony at Parkview Field.
I remember when he was a boy, and to make it this big, it's unreal.
You keep thinking, she's going to walk through the door.
Two big fires in Fort Wayne during 2009 stirred controversy. Laura Punches was one of 3 International Business College students who died in the Willows of Coventry fire in January. Laura's mom talked to her in Laura's final moments.
She started coughing and passed out. Too much smoke that was in the room.
The cause was eventually ruled electrical, but questions were raised about things like the complex's building code to the way the fire department responded.
There were no mistakes made.
Is it on the north side or the south side of the street?
Meanwhile, confusion made for a delayed response to a fatal fire in January. That's when a 911 dispatcher sent responders to West Jefferson Boulevard, but the fire was actually 14 blocks away on East Jefferson. 3 people inside the home died. The dispatcher who handled the call faced disciplinary action while the call center evaluated its operations.
Where is your righteous indignation? Because I don't see you standing up.
Healthcare reform was a passionate topic in Fort Wayne, as it continues to be nationwide. And everyone from lawmakers to area residents has their own opinions.
Cut out the health insurance companies, then we can provide health care for everyone and reduce everyone's costs.
By not giving us a public option, you are telling us that we must remortgage and indebt our futures in order to provide for our children.
Representative Mark Souter held town halls across the region, while Senators Bayh and Lugar did not. While the Senate and House passed separate bills, healthcare reform still has a long way to go. Wednesday night, we wrap up our look back at 2009, from the impacts of our economy to a home run for baseball in downtown Fort Wayne. Matt McCutcheon, News Channel 15.